Cancer is a genetic disease that develops when accumulated DNA damage causes a cell to lose normal growth regulation. The abnormal cell then passes those genetic changes to its daughter cells, leading to uncontrolled cellular proliferation. Cellular changes occur along a spectrum from normal adaptation to irreversible malignancy. Atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, and metaplasia are generally adaptive and potentially reversible processes. Dysplasia involves abnormal cellular changes and is considered precancerous. Once neoplasia develops, the mutation becomes irreversible, and the cell no longer responds to normal growth regulation. Early detection and treatment of dysplasia can prevent progression to cancer, which is the basis for screening tests such as pap smears and colonoscopies. Benign tumors are well differentiated, slow-growing, encapsulated, and do not metastasize. Malignant tumors are poorly differentiated or undifferentiated, grow rapidly, invade surrounding tissue, and can metastasize to distant sites. The degree of differentiation is clinically important because poorly differentiated cancers are typically more aggressive and more difficult to treat. Carcinogenesis occurs in 3 stages: initiation, promotion, and progression. Initiation involves irreversible DNA damage caused by a carcinogen. Promotion is the reversible phase in which damaged cells are stimulated to proliferate, which is why reducing exposures such as smoking can lower cancer risk. During progression, the tumor becomes invasive, develops its own blood supply through angiogenesis, and gains the ability to metastasize. Patient history helps identify lifelong carcinogenic exposures that contribute to cancer development. Proto-oncogenes normally regulate healthy cell growth, but when they mutate into oncogenes, they drive uncontrolled cellular proliferation. Tumor suppressor genes such as P53 and RB normally stop the cell cycle or trigger apoptosis when DNA damage is detected. When tumor suppressor genes fail, abnormal cells continue dividing without regulation. Cancer typically develops over many years because multiple genetic mutations must accumulate before a cell fully escapes normal growth control. Cancer develops from multiple interacting risk factors across infectious, physical, chemical, genetic, lifestyle, and hormonal categories. Viruses and bacteria, such as HPV, HBV, EBV, and H. pylori, can alter DNA or cause chronic inflammation that promotes carcinogenesis. Physical agents like UV radiation, ionizing radiation, and asbestos damage cellular DNA, while tobacco remains the leading preventable cause of cancer death. Genetic syndromes such as BRCA mutations, Lynch syndrome, and Li-Fraumeni syndrome significantly increase lifetime cancer risk. Obesity, alcohol use, sedentary lifestyle, poor diet, and hormonal exposures can also promote tumor development. Identifying these risk factors is an important part of nursing assessment and patient education. The immune system continuously monitors for abnormal cells through immune surveillance. T cells, B cells, and natural killer cells recognize tumor-associated antigens and destroy many early cancer cells before they become clinically detectable. Cancer cells can evade this response by expressing PD-L1, shedding antigens, altering surface proteins, and suppressing immune activity. These immune evasion mechanisms are the basis for modern immunotherapy treatments. Genetics is now an important part of bedside oncology care, and nurses play a key role in assessment, identification, and support. Nurses should obtain a detailed 3-generation family history and look for patterns such as early onset cancers, multiple primary cancers, or strong family clustering. Red flags for hereditary cancer syndromes include breast cancer diagnosed before age 50, BRCA-associated family patterns, and early colorectal cancer suggestive of Lynch syndrome. Nurses should recognize when genetic counseling referrals are needed and help prepare patients for the emotional impact of genetic testing and screening. Immunotherapy uses checkpoint inhibitors such as pembrolizumab and nivolumab to block the PD-L1 pathway that tumors use to evade T-cell detection. By removing this immune checkpoint, the immune system can recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively. These therapies can also trigger immune-related adverse events affecting multiple organ systems, including pneumonitis, colitis, hepatitis, thyroiditis, and skin reactions. Nurses must closely monitor for new symptoms and educate patients to report signs such as shortness of breath, diarrhea, or jaundice immediately. Oncology nursing centers on 3 major roles: prevention, genetics and advocacy, and immune system support. Nurses educate patients about cancer risk reduction, screening, and lifestyle modification, while also advocating for equitable access to genetic testing and preventive care. Nurses also administer immunotherapies, monitor for immune-related toxicities, and provide the physical and emotional support patients need throughout treatment. Cancer develops from accumulated genetic mutations that cause uncontrolled growth and metastasis. Progression from dysplasia to neoplasia marks irreversible malignant change. Carcinogenesis occurs through initiation, promotion, and progression, with the promotion phase still responsive to lifestyle intervention. Oncogenes drive proliferation, while loss of tumor suppressor function removes growth control. Cancer risk factors include infections, environmental exposures, genetics, lifestyle, and hormones. Tumors evade immune detection, and immunotherapy restores immune response, but can cause serious multi-system toxicities that require close nursing monitoring.